Alright, I'm starting a YouTube channel, obviously. There's a few reasons why I'm doing this. One, I've wanted to for a few years. I got my garage set up like this and I thought, this is a great time, right? Two, I feel like I could come up with some informative videos, and that's something I like to do. I like to inform or teach people new things. Third, one of my biggest fears is public speaking and being recorded or photographed. So best way to get over a fear is face it head on. So before I actually start the video, I'm recording this on my phone. So I'm sorry if the video or the audio or if the editing sucks. Not much I can do about that at the moment. But we'll get into it. Alright, well the 4th of July is coming up, so I thought what better to do a video on than some Thermite, because the best thing to impress your friends and family with on the 4th of July isn't explosive. It's a molten burning metal that blinds you for a few seconds, because we all love that. Right, so Thermite was first discovered in 1893 by a German. Of course it was, right? His name was Hans Goldsmith. He was a chemist. He first discovered it by trying to remove carbon from the smelting process, and that's how he figured it out. He quickly realized he could use it in welding, so he got a patent in 1895, and they started using Thermite to weld train tracks together. They still do today. They also use it in the military quite a bit for destroying stuff. Another thing about Thermite isn't a specific chemical mixture. It's rather the reaction between the chemicals you're mixing and extreme heat. So extreme heat ignites the Thermite, which can be a variation of multiple different chemicals. I'm not going to go into that because you could look that up or find another video on that. But what I'm using today is iron oxide, which is basically rust, and aluminum in powdered form. Alright, well, I'm going to get into mixing this and I'll tell you a few more things about Thermite. Alright. So, since Thermite has an oxidized metal powder in it that starts the reaction, it already has oxygen, so it can be hard to smother. Even with water, unless you use enough water to eliminate most of the heat that causes the reaction, because you're going to need a lot of heat. You can't light this with just a Bic lighter. I usually use 3 scoops of my iron oxide and 1 scoop of my aluminum powder. I'm usually not too scientific about my scoops. I just get some 3 big scoops and 1 to 2 medium-ish scoops and call it good. So what I use to light my Thermite is I use magnesium ribbon, which is another metal. It's kind of easy to ignite if you use a torch lighter. You can use a Bic lighter, but you'll be sitting there holding it and holding it. You get the idea. So I'm going to mix up this aluminum powder in here and then it'll pretty much be done. Another thing about Thermite is since it's extremely hot, and some Thermites can get up to 2,500 degrees Celsius, which I think is 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, so extremely hot. It might not be the best thing for you to do. I have a fenced-in backyard and a fire pit, and I usually use a cast iron pan that I bought for a different project that I don't really use, but I'll show you that later. Alright, real quick, your health is important, so especially when we're dealing with metal powders, it's probably not the best thing to not be wearing a mask, because you don't want to breathe in a metal powder. It's not good for you. So always wear a mask. You know, because COVID. But I think I got this mostly mixed up, so we'll go light this off. Alright, some things I'd like to add. I usually mix my Thermite in a glass cup. I'd call this whiskey glass size. I usually just use a spoon. Everyone's got usually a glass cup and a spoon in their kitchen. Yeah, the kitchen. Yeah, I know, my wife loves me, right? The magnesium ribbon came in a roll. I usually just break a piece off and bend it. It's real flimsy. Try not to break it. It's real easy. It won't be the end of the world. It'll still light, but it's easier to light if you don't bend it or break it. The iron oxide and aluminum Thermite makes iron. I'll get a close-up of all this stuff, but it's kind of interesting. Okay, there's that iron made from the Thermite. This is from yesterday, so obviously the more you use, the bigger it'll be. This is my magnesium ribbon strip that I bent up. I usually just light it from the bent end over here. Makes it easy. I'm going to put 3 thermite reaction videos into this video. The first one's going to be far away. That was the one I did today. The second one's going to be close up. That's the one I did yesterday. So that one is actually 3 parts iron oxide and 1 part aluminum. The third one is going to be a night one because it's bright, so it's cooler to see at night. Alright, I have some other videos planned. I don't want to go too deep into what I have planned because who knows if I'm going to keep doing this. It also depends on what people want to see. I'd probably do some other things with thermite, maybe make a lot of it, or try to burn or melt some stuff with it. So if you want to see stuff like that, you can leave that in the comments below. Other than that, this is probably it for the video. So if you want to see more, like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Alright, I actually made double the amount that I said I was going to, so that's why it's going to be this big. If you make this at home, your experiences will vary. Alright, well, my torch lighter stopped working. I can't find my other one. So I did a test to see if it would start with a Bic lighter, and it did. So here we go. It's just going to take longer. And hey, less supplies. So let's see if I can't get this going. Just going to have to sit here and hold it. And hold it. And hold it. And hold it. Oh, there it goes. Well, there's AC, that's cool. Right, well, as you can tell, well, probably not, is that it's extremely bright. And if you look directly at it, it'll leave spots in your eyes. So, that's thermite. Damn.